Hi, my babies. It's Marianna, sending love and light. How are you? How have your weeks been going? Please put it down in the comments and let me know what's up with you. So today we're gonna be talking about overcoming trauma. I know in one of my other videos I had showed you all that I had been going through a lot for a very long time, and now we just moving and grooving through it. Okay. Yes, so I'm just gonna get into details of what happened in those situations and how I was able to get out of those situations and what I'm doing moving forward to get through those situations. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is me being a single mother. I lost my child's father when she was 2. He was shot. He had got into some little stuff in the streets and he had got shot, and he was in the hospital for 3 weeks. But some stuff went wrong and we ended up having to take him off life support. He was alive for 3 weeks. He went in, I believe it was September the 7th or 9th, and then he ended up passing away October 1st. So we had to deal with that, and it was very hard because out of those 3 weeks he was here, only me and his mother were able to go see him. So when we pull the plug, it was a lot of people up there, and it was just still very hard for me to deal with because I had been with him since I was 15 on and off. So it was just very hard for me to come to terms with it. Even my daughter, because even though she was 2 years old, they were very close. She loves him. She still asks for him to this day. She asks for him. She cried about him. She asked, can she talk to him? She tried to talk to him. It was life-changing for us. I was already, when he passed, I was working, I actually had started working at a hotel because I had been a manager at McDonald's for a very long time, and I was trying to do something different. But when he passed, they had kind of put a damper on things because I wasn't sure, like, okay, I really didn't want to go back to work. I didn't want to be around anyone, but also work was kind of far. My funds was starting to become funny. So it was just a lot of things going on in that situation. I ended up leaving my job for a few weeks, and then I ended up going back to McDonald's in my management position. It was hard. It was hard, especially with not having much support. I started hanging around and being around his family and tried to fill that void, keep my daughter in everybody's life, but it don't work like that. You might think you have a village, but sometimes you don't have a village, and that's okay too. It's okay to do it yourself because it's yours. But yes, it's very hard doing it on your own, but we got through, we get through. I didn't have to stay with my grandmother before. I had to stay with my father before. But for the last 4 years, I can say it's been pretty consistent on us just being on our own. Going through things like this is very hard to get through. I completely understand, but sometimes you need somebody to talk to, and if you don't have somebody to talk to, sometimes you can write it down. If you can't write it down, go sit outside and just say how you feel. It's a lot of different ways to get through it. I can honestly say I did get very bad anxiety after this. Now, I have had anxiety and depression growing up, but after this situation, it really made everything flare. I started not trusting anyone, especially because of the circumstances of how he had passed. His friends wasn't to be trusted, and I just felt like if you can't trust them and you with them every day, then I can't trust the people that I'm around every day either. So it started making me have really bad trust problems. I didn't really want to be around anyone. He was my only, like, I felt like I wasn't going to find love again. I felt like that just nothing. I'm like, I lost a piece of me, and I really did lose a piece of me. So it was like, okay, what can I put in place to not fill all this void? So I started promoting again. I had been promoting almost all my life. I started promoting again, getting out in the clubs and just putting myself back out there. And it was cool for a while. It was cool. I loved it. I love being around people. I'm a social butterfly. But after a while it gets, oh, okay, I don't want to go to the club every weekend. I want to be able to make money on the back end, so I don't have to do all this and go these places. And no, I want to be able to do something different. So I started thinking in a business mindset. I was working under a team, and blessings, but it wasn't for me. But it helped me with networking. It helped me with meeting new people. It helped me with seeing new opportunities. So that's the thing that I'm grateful for within those situations. Then my life just became a float. I was just floating, just floating. And I can't sit here and say that, okay, it's not okay being afloat, but it is and it's not. Like, yeah, I can pay my bills, yeah, but it's like, okay, well, I can't do nothing extra though. I can't take no trips though. I can't do this though. I can't do this though. So what exactly am I working for? I don't know. It's just me going back and forth in my own head, like, why am I working this hard and I still can't do the things that I want to do? It's not gonna work. So I just started researching and doing as much as I could. Now at this point, I wanted to build my own boutique. I wanted to build a boutique. It was me and my friend. We was making plans. Now, I had ended up trying to get an investment, and it had went sour. When this investment had went sour, I kind of gave up. I'm not gonna lie to you. I gave up because I'm like, I didn't put in all this work. I did all this. And it's still not working. What am I gonna do? But so I just continued to work and was like, okay, well, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Now the next situation I end up having, very traumatic. I just recently lost my mom and my stepfather. They were staying in Atlanta. I was supposed to move out to Atlanta with them to start me a business and to change and to give me a new environment and just to do different things and be around new people. But I didn't move, and this past November, I don't really know what was going on. I was very close to my mom, very close to my stepdad. I don't really know what was transpiring in their relationship, but it was a murder-suicide. My mother had shot my stepfather, and then she had shot and killed herself. Lot to deal with. Very, very traumatic. It was so much. I had people coming from everywhere. Atlanta didn't even make a statement about what was going on, but we had about 50 news articles in the city that I stay in, which is St. Louis. We had 50 more. I got people inboxing me, news articles inboxing me, people want videos, testimonials, people want everything about what we had went through, and we are still going through it. It's like, oh my goodness, like y'all don't have no sympathy, no anything. I was arguing with people on the internet, and I just did not understand, like, people talking about my mom because what she had did, and then it turned into what was they doing inside their company, then it turned into who was cheating with who, then it turned into who gave who this and who gave who that, and it was so much. On top of dealing with all that, we had to fly their bodies back from Atlanta to St. Louis to have the funeral. The first place that we was having the funeral through, they gave out almost all of our information. We had to go to another funeral home after they had been embalmed. So that was another situation to go through. My great grandma has dementia. She had a heart attack. she went to the hospital. We ended up having to put her in the nursing home, trying to get the little kids that was down there with my mother back in school down here. We had to, well, I say we was going through so much. My grandma had surgery. Like, we were going through so much, and people was just like, oh, your mama and them was millionaires, or they was doing this and they was doing that, so y'all should be okay. Y'all gonna be good. Y'all gonna be good. And that's not the case, baby. We struggle just like everybody else. Now, even though my parents did have money and they was in a corporation to where they made lots and lots of money, I never asked them for their money. I went on trips when I could. And that was it. Any money that I ever received from my parents, I borrowed from them because I wanted to be independent myself. Anything was an investment to me, or it was something that I bought from them. So I have never, which even if I did, it shouldn't matter to nobody else. But I understand why so many people had so much to say, but I didn't let it get to me. And now I can honestly say, losing both of them had made me go into a down spiral. Like, I was just leaving an abusive relationship and trying to find my way, and to lose my mother, especially because I had just had I seen her and had a conversation with her days before. So it was very hard for me to get through that, because me and my mama didn't have the best relationship growing up, but as we were getting older, we were growing way more fond to each other, and we were gaining that type of relationship. She was becoming my best friend. She was the only person that I talked to. So now losing her, and I really didn't have anybody, it's like, dang, now what do I do? So I can't lie, for weeks and weeks, I sat on the couch, on this couch. I sat on this couch and I cried and I slept and I didn't eat, and I would drink and I would do all the things I knew I was supposed to and wouldn't do things I was supposed to. It was hard, but then it came to a point where I'm like, I still have a child, and now my child doesn't have a father or grandparents. Like, what am I to do? My mother is no longer here. Me and my sisters, then we always planned on, going into the insurance companies and stuff with them, and now we didn't have them, and we didn't start our own businesses. So now all of me and my siblings out here lost. Like, what are we going to do? So it's like, okay, what do I do now? What can I do to set my family in position to feel like, okay, even if we ain't got it right now, we can figure it out and we can build it. I want to be able to teach people how to build generational wealth, especially because of situations like this. We lost our parents, and now what? Money didn't transfer to us. Money didn't come over to us. It was just, now it's literally me and a pen, me and a piece of paper. What am I doing next? Writing up a business plan. Figuring out what is this and what's this with this corporation, what's this in this corporation, reading these books, being around these people, going on these webinars and these conference calls, doing different things. I had to figure it out. You have to fill that void with something that you are passionate about doing, something that you love to do. I love helping people. I couldn't help my mom, but I can help about 50, 100, 200, 300 people that you may not know. So just because you don't do things in the manner where you feel like you should do them, don't mean that it can't be done. So now I'm making a step-by-step plan to make sure that my family has generational wealth. And you can do it too. You just got to put your heart in it, your mind in it. The mind is a powerful thing. It's a very powerful thing. All you have to do is use it. You have to get up and use it. Get up, move your body around, and start using your mind. It's not that hard. Read a book. Write in your journal. Take a class. Invest in yourself in many different ways. There's so many things you can do to change the outcome of your situation. So just do it. It's no excuse. And if you feel like you have a problem with doing some of these things, there's people like me here to help. You can always hit me up in the comments. like, follow, and subscribe, because just like I gave you this information, I'll be giving you more information. So it just depends on how you want to do it. If you have, I only know so much about some things at this point in time, but I'm gaining more knowledge every day, and every day I'll be able to come to you with different things. And I'm just excited. I'm excited. And if you have any questions, comments, please leave them down so I can answer them for you and we can get going. And maybe the questions you have, I can make a video out of that topic. You never know. On this channel, we're going to be talking about everything. So I'm going to be life experiences. When I get into the full business side, I'm going to give y'all that business side, my thoughts and everything, and y'all thoughts. And I just want to talk to you guys and see where you guys' heads at, and we're going to grow and glow from there. So again, it's me. I love y'all. Give me a like, follow, share, or subscribe, and we got this. Let's get it.